All right, so Alabama lost the national championship in 2018 to Clemson. Sorry to remind you, Alabama fans, but today I'm going to be going over my first schedule preview for this Alabama team in 2019 and the 2020 season. So we're going to go ahead and get right into it. I'm just going to give my first thoughts on the team, and I'll look over the schedule, and I'll let you guys know which games that could be very easy wins, which could be closer, and which ones could be possible losses. First off, we're going to look at my first few thoughts on this Alabama team. They went 14-1 in 2018. Two returns. This is a big factor for Alabama. Of course, he is I think he's going to be a Heisman contender once again. Likely, I think he'll be close to possibly even winning it this year. Several players may still leave for the NFL. We don't know a whole lot. We are still in January. So, of course, Jacobs may leave for the NFL running back. That is not certain yet. They do lose Harris, however, that's going to be a big loss for this team. They lose 2 receivers and 3 offensive linemen, but that's about it on offense. Then they lose 2 starting defensive linemen, 1 linebacker on defense. Other than that, defense looks pretty good too. So returning most of their players. That is a good thing to see, because when you lose a lot of players, typically you tend to have more of a rough year because you have to have a lot of younger players and they aren't as experienced, so it just doesn't work out as well. Could they make another run for a national title? I think Alabama will once again this season, and I talked about this in my SEC West preview, and I went over every team in that division. And for Alabama, I said I think that they're going to be in the running for it. I think they'll make it to the playoff. Do I think they'll win it? I don't know what to say about that yet. They might, but it is way too early to predict who's going to win the national title a year from now. 2019 outlook looks great for Alabama, and we're going to go ahead and get over their schedules. This is Alabama's schedule. It ain't too difficult this year at all, really. They've got Auburn, LSU, possibly Mississippi State could be difficult, Texas A&M, and really other than that, they also have South Carolina, but other than that, this schedule should be pretty easy for Alabama. Here's my predictions on their schedule. And of course, these are just my first thoughts after looking over it. I'm not really going into recruiting and how I think that they'll do with recruiting and stuff yet. Nothing about that. We're just doing it as of January 2019, just kind of looking it over. Now, Duke, that is in, I believe, a neutral location. I forget where it's at, but it is in a neutral location that first week on August 31st. I think that'll actually be a close game, closer than what people think. I think Alabama's going to have a slight little hangover going into the 2019-2020 season after losing that title game. They had to have the most confidence in the world after how they did all last season, then to lose the title game. Then they got South Carolina in week number 3. I think that'll be a close one. That's going to be a possible game to watch out for an upset, I would say. If I were to say 2 possible upsets in this schedule, South Carolina and A&M on October 12th would be the 2 main games to see upsets win. Then 21st and 28th of September, we got 2 easy games against Southern Miss and Ole Miss. Do not expect much from Ole Miss at all next year. But Texas A&M, I think they're going to go in there. It's not going to be easy. I think they're going to lose that game. Texas A&M at that point is already going to have some experience with tough opponents, as they have to play Clemson, I believe, already before they play Alabama. So I think Texas A&M is going to be difficult for Alabama. Then they got the next couple weeks. They should take care of Tennessee and Arkansas pretty well. They've actually got they've got 3 home games in a row. They don't have to go on the road in 4 weeks there. Of course, they got a bye week between October 26th and November 9th. But they do have LSU at home on November 9th. That will not be an easy game, I don't think. But I think LSU, if it was a road game, I would think LSU would win that. I think Alabama just being at home, it's a tough place to play for sure. In Alabama, they have sellouts about every game, I'm sure. So, LSU won't be an easy game there, but I do expect them to win. And Mississippi State could also be a tough one. Watch out for that one as well. They're going to have a tough November for this Alabama team. You get the first week off in November, but then you got 4 straight weeks. And one little break in there against Western Carolina should take care of them pretty easily. But then Auburn, you got Auburn on the road as well. Don't forget about them. I think Auburn should be a dangerous team next year. I don't think they're going to be as good as they used to be. Considering 2 or 3 years ago, that also could be a team to watch out for Alabama. So that's my schedule. Basically, I think they're going to go 11-1 right now. Can't see them going 12-0 again. I don't think it's going to happen 2 years in a row. It's very possible, but I don't think it's going to happen once again for Alabama. Again, not too tough of a schedule. I think that there are two very tough schedules in the SEC. And I'd say there are 2 of the hardest schedules in all of college football. Next year, I've seen South Carolina and Texas A&M. Right now, South Carolina, they've got, I believe, 6 opponents right now on their schedule. 6 opponents that are in the top 25 for preseason. That is insanity. I don't know how South Carolina's going to be able to manage with that. And I believe 4 of them are road games as well. Not going to be easy. And then Texas A&M doesn't have much easier either. They got 5 top 25 opponents in their schedule for the next season. And they have 2 of them on the road. So very tough schedules for both those teams. But I think Texas A&M upsets Alabama. That is it for my preview on Alabama. Of course, I'm going to go over these teams once again. Or I'm going to go over Alabama once again in around the springtime. And then I'll give out my official preview once we get into summer. So, alright, that's it for this video. Thank you guys all for watching. More teams and more previews to come. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you disagree, let me know. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts. Thank you guys for watching. Show some support if you would like to. I will see you all later.